Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something really quite fascinating. It's the, well, unexpected common ground between Taoism and Christianity.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising, isn't it? We have this source that explores the similarities.
Exactly. And our aim here, for you listening, is to quickly get a handle on these surprising overlaps, these shared ideas.
Despite, completely different cultures and histories, it's remarkable.
It really is. So let's just jump right in. First
Yeah.
big theme, universal harmony.
Yeah.
Taoism, it's all about the Tao,
Yeah.
right? This natural order, balancing, flowing with nature, not fighting it.
Right. The path of least resistance, sort of. And then you look at Christianity, different language, obviously, but there's God, the creator, who establishes and maintains an order, a purpose.
So it's like both see a bigger picture,
Also-
larger design.
Exactly. A guiding force or system. And the key thing is that individuals should try to live in, harmony with it.
Makes sense. Like the Christian creation story shows this deliberate order, and Taoism emphasizes following nature's laws, its rhythms. Very similar feel there.
Yeah, a definite parallel.
Okay, so how does the individual fit in? Personal growth seems important in both.
Definitely. For Taoism, it's about understanding and living according to the Tao. Practices like meditation or Qigong help with that.
Right, in Christianity, it's more about faith in God, following Jesus' teachings for spiritual growth, salvation.
Precisely. And here's a really interesting convergence. Humility and self-control.
Ah, okay. How so?
Well, Taoism teaches against trying to control everything, against excessive effort or striving.
Yeah.
And Christianity really emphasizes trusting God, letting go of pride.
So it's about acknowledging limitations, recognizing you're part of something bigger.
You got it. Accepting your place within that cosmic order.
Interesting. Okay, moving on. What about how we treat each other? Love and compassion.
Well, Christianity's core teaching is pretty direct. Love your neighbor.
Can't miss that one.
Right. Now, Taoism, with its focus on harmony, that naturally extends to how people interact.
So like peaceful coexistence.
Yeah, exactly. Consideration for others, mutual understanding. The phrasing is different, sure, but the underlying principle, compassion, is definitely there. It's about finding that balance between people, too.
Okay, this next bit gets pretty intriguing. The mystical side.
The deeper aspects?
Taoism sees the Tao as, well, ultimately beyond our full grasp, right? Mysterious.
Yes, fundamentally incomprehensible in its totality. And you see a parallel in Christianity where God is seen as infinite, transcendent.
Beyond full human understanding.
Exactly. Both traditions acknowledge a reality that kind of surpasses our normal everyday experience. There's a mystery there.
And what about the afterlife? That's a big topic.
It is. Christianity obviously has concepts like heaven and hell.
Right.
Taoism speaks more about the soul continuing, staying connected to the Tao, this sort of ongoing existence within the universal flow.
So not identical concepts, but both offer a view beyond just this life.
Precisely. A continuation or maybe an integration into something greater. A perspective beyond the purely earthly.
Okay, last point. Rituals and practices. The source does say they look different on the surface.
They do, for sure. Very different forms.
But is there a shared function, maybe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Both traditions really value communal practice, gathering together.
Like Taoist temple rituals or maybe reverence for nature itself.
And Christian church services, communion, prayers, hymns.
So what's the common thread?
They both serve, really, to connect people to the spiritual dimension. And importantly, they strengthen the community, the bonds between people sharing that faith.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So wrapping this up, despite these vastly different origins, different histories, different cultures, we find these really significant commonalities. This
Yeah.
idea of a universal order, personal growth, compassion, a sense of mystery, and the importance of shared rituals.
It's quite profound when you lay it out like that. It really shows how different paths can converge on similar fundamental truths about existence and how to live.
It really does. And what's compelling, I think, is considering how recognizing these shared foundations might, enrich our understanding of different belief systems.
Absolutely. It fosters a certain kind of respect, doesn't it?
Yeah. And maybe a final thought for everyone listening. How might acknowledging these common threads, these shared principles across seemingly disparate traditions, actually shape your own perspective on the diverse spiritual landscape we see in the world today?
Something to think about.
Definitely. Thanks for exploring this deep dive.